The new CEO of Xbox is already screwing up. The co-founder of Xbox says that it's dead. The leadership shakeup at Xbox just got a whole lot weirder. What's up, y'all? I'm Ray, and this is my channel, Xbox Ready, where we get on and we talk about Xbox stuff. The latest news, rumors, games, accessories. I talk about it all because I want to make sure that you are Xbox ready. Now, the big thing going on in the world of Xbox, without a doubt, is the departure of Phil Spencer as CEO. This announcement up like my entire week. The news came out this past Friday. It's a Tuesday at the time I'm filming this video. All last week, I was like really locked in and cooking. I was hitting the gym. I was pumping out all these videos. I had a bunch of them that I hadn't uploaded yet. And then Friday, this news breaks about Phil leaving. And I'm like, well, damn it. This makes pretty much all of those other videos that I shot useless now because no one wants to hear about this. Everyone wants to hear about Phil and all the drama going on at Xbox. If you're not a freak like me, someone who is constantly plugged into the gaming and Xbox news cycle, let me catch you up a little bit. After almost 4 decades at Microsoft, 12 of which were as the CEO of Xbox, Phil Spencer is finally retiring, and he is being replaced by one Asha Sharma. It's only been a couple of days since that announcement was made, but already, just in the span of those few days, the whole situation has just gotten so weird. So let's talk about it. Let's break it down together. I did a little bit more digging on who Asha Sharma is. In my previous video, I was like, oh, Asha, she's only been at Microsoft for 2 years. That's crazy, especially in comparison to Phil. That's not entirely true. Sorry about that. She's apparently had 2 stints at Microsoft. Her first time was from 2011 to 2013 when she worked in marketing. Then she moved on to be the COO of a place called Porch Group, which dealt with home insurance. After that, she moved on and was the vice president of product at Meta from 2017 to 2021. Then she moved on and was the COO of Instacart, and that was from 2021 to 2024. Then after that, she rejoined Microsoft as the president of Core AI product, and all of that eventually led her to be the CEO of Xbox for some reason. Her time at Instacart seems to be where she got the experience, she got the credibility to eventually be the CEO of Xbox, at least according to Satya Nadella standards. She oversaw market operations, the Instacart app, the logistics, the growth, the marketing of the company, and that included the product, the design, the data science, research and customer support, new businesses. During her time at Instacart, the company achieved profitability, and she also played a role in incorporating EBT and SNAP benefits into the service. Here's where things get kind of interesting though. She also played a role in acquiring Caper AI technology for in-store operations. All of this kind of backs up what Satya Nadella was saying in his statement. Asha Sharma is someone that is good or competent at leading a company through these kind of weird transitionary and growth phases. She was able to scale the business up and reach a lot more customers, especially with that EBT and SNAP inclusion. And of course, she was incorporating some AI into everything. From a business perspective, this could be helpful for Xbox because after all, Xbox is a business. That's the whole goal of any of these companies and platform holders. They're not doing it for charity. They want the money. And right now, especially with this pivot that they're doing to more of an ecosystem approach with PC, console, cloud gaming, I'd imagine they'd want someone to hopefully scale that business to reach billions of customers around the world. She has experience overseeing a massive portfolio like we were just talking about with Instagram, and obviously Xbox is massive. It has over 40 studios under its belt. She joined Instacart at a really weird time where, I mean, every tech company was going through this. Like during 2020 to 2021, all these tech companies were like, oh yeah, this is awesome. Everyone's using our products because they can't leave their house. And then of course, everything crashed. So it's kind of complicated because Instacart's valuation as a company plummeted from its pandemic level to the end of 2024, especially. But that's not necessarily something that was in Asha's control. So on paper, Asha Sharma, extremely qualified, except for one thing. She's not a gamer. She has no background in games, not as a director, a developer, nothing. And people have taken notice of this, especially hardcore Xbox fans. At one point, Xbox at least had the illusion of, oh, like the leadership, they're gamers, man. Phil is a gamer. They understand what fans want. They'll hang out with you at FanFest. They'll respond to your messages on Xbox Live. They're one of us, man. They get us. Of course, over time, especially after the whole multi-platform thing, especially after the this is an Xbox thing, that perception has changed to the point where a growing majority of fans are convinced that the leadership leadership at Xbox, especially at Microsoft, they don't give a damn about what fans want. There's a disconnect there. They're out of touch. They're weird. And even though some questionable things happened under Phil Spencer's watch, seeing a gamer like him replaced with someone like Asha, who may be very successful in the business world, but doesn't really seem to have an understanding of gaming or even an appreciation for it, that's a tough pill for fans to swallow right now, given everything currently going on in the world of Xbox. And here's where she has screwed up. Here's her first major screw up. After the announcement, she went on the offensive. She was saying, oh yeah, I play games. I love games. I love games like Halo. I love games like Valheim. Here's my gamer tag. And of course, people on the internet are weird and crazy, so they went like full Sherlock Holmes on the situation and were like, wait a minute, okay, so she created this gamer tag back in January. It is now February. She already has a gamer score of 10,000 points. Is she having AI play her games for her? Is she having AI run her social media accounts? And where Asha really screwed up here, at least at first, in her responses, is that she was trying too hard to establish herself as a gamer or get some sort of gaming credibility. And let me tell you, that is a battle that you will never, ever win, especially on Twitter, any online forum. I'm not saying every gamer is like this, but there are a lot of gamers out there that are just miserable. They just want to gatekeep. This is a losing battle for Asha. She will never be a gamer enough for these people. Even if she was streaming constantly, hitting clips on Warzone or Siege every day, it wouldn't matter. Interestingly enough, I found an interview that she did for, it was like an alumni spotlight. And in her interest, it says that she's interested in cross-country driving, running while listening, yes, listening to Netflix, and board games. Board games, not video games, not mobile games, nothing to do with gaming, and this was 4 years ago. What absolutely happened here is that once they started doing corporate background checks and she was tapped to be CEO of Xbox and started working with Phil Spencer, he took her under her wing, that's when they were like, okay, you gotta start playing video games. Here are the core ones that you need to know, especially for Xbox, and then here are some other games that you will probably like. What you should have done is come out and been like, listen guys, here's what's up. I don't really have a background in gaming. That's never really been my thing. But I'm gonna take this time to really get to know gaming culture of Xbox, the studios that are under our belt. I'm gonna do the work to educate myself. But here's what I can do. I have this background in marketing and scaling businesses. I'm gonna do everything that I can to make sure that the products that all of our studios are making are seen and played and enjoyed by billions of people around the world. That's what I'm good at, that's my goal, and that's what I bring here. But she didn't do that, at least at first. She was like trying to clap back and be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna play Borderlands, oh like bee-boo bee-bop. Waste of time. Just be straight up and honest with people, because that's ultimately what people want. Because the fact of the matter is, there have been plenty of gaming executives that have known nothing about gaming. You just have to play your cards right. It wasn't until a couple of days later where she was responding to Ryan McCaffrey, where she said, I don't pretend to be the best gamer. You know, my account was created somewhat recently and, you know, my whole family plays on it. And it's still not my goal to be the best gamer or the ultimate gamer. Faking would be a terrible idea. Yes, her focus is on making Xbox the best place to play. And on paper, she's saying all the right things or what fans want to hear. In her first day as CEO, she outlined 3 major goals that she wants to accomplish in order to achieve this goal of making Xbox or returning Xbox to their roots. She wants to ship great games. We must have great games beloved by players before we do anything. Yes, absolutely. The return of Xbox. We will recommit to our core Xbox fans and players. That's an interesting statement. The future of play. We will invent new business models and new ways to play by leaning into what we already have. Looking further into it, she specifically says we will celebrate our roots with a renewed commitment to Xbox, starting with the console. The console has shaped who we are and connects us to the players and fans who invest in Xbox. It also connects them to the developers who build ambitious experiences for it. Again, all the right things, and I'm sure that will appeal to a lot of Xbox fans, a lot of people who feel like the Xbox Series X and S have been neglected in favor of their pursuits in cloud gaming and PC. Some people even say like, oh, maybe this could be a return to like Xbox having exclusives again, because I think she responded to a tweet of a guy saying just that exclusives are important to Xbox fans and Xbox as a platform. She said, we hear you guys, that is not happening. No way in hell that is happening. I'm sorry, the genie is already out of the bottle. Halo is going to be on PlayStation. Gears is already on PlayStation. Forza is on PlayStation. Fable is coming to PlayStation. It's done, guys. That's a losing battle. We're not going to get any more exclusives, at least. Okay, maybe some smaller games will. Like, I know right now, like Forza Horizon 6 doesn't have a PlayStation version announced just yet, but it's going to happen. To me, this more or less means that they're still committed to making Xbox hardware beyond this current generation. Because then she even clarifies, gaming now lives across devices, not within the limits of any single piece of hardware. As we expand across PC, mobile, and cloud, Xbox should feel seamless, instant. We will break down barriers so developers can build once and reach players everywhere without compromise. And honestly, an admirable goal, especially within the Xbox ecosystem. Okay, we'll make it as easy for you to make your game once, and without any extra work, it'll be just compatible with PC, with cloud, and all these other places where people want to play. She took it a step further and be like, maybe, who knows, man? Maybe we'll even bring back a Blades to your Xbox console. Remember Blades, guys? The bladed interface from the 360? Again, all of these things are the right things to say, especially right now, but how does Xbox return to its roots, especially without exclusives? I just don't see that happening, not in the way that some people are envisioning it. Above all else though, yes, I agree, you gotta have good games, no matter what. It doesn't matter if you can play this game on a phone, on a PC, on a console. If it's not a good game, who gives a damn? What we're seeing here is basically just more corporate speak, like, oh, we'll throw in a recommitment to consoles to make our fans happy, but we're also going to remind everyone that we're still committed to releasing our games on all sorts of stuff and having them seamlessly transition between the ecosystem and the devices that are in it. That'll appeal to our investors. That'll appeal to Microsoft. It's a very middle of the road stance. Things have gotten so crazy, Seamus Blackley has decided to weigh in on it. For newer Xbox fans, this is the co-creator, co-founder of Xbox, who worked at Microsoft from 1999 through 2002. And yeah, that original Xbox launch probably didn't go as well as he had hoped. I think the original Xbox lost like 4 billion or something crazy like that, but it laid the foundation for all of the awesome stuff that came on after that. Needless to say, he's been very vocal, very opinionated about the direction that Xbox has been taking over the past few years. And he just had this extensive, very long interview with GamesBeat, in which he said that Asha Sharma's hiring makes perfect sense for Xbox, but not in a good way. Because ultimately, he believes that this is just another way for Microsoft to shoehorn AI into every part of their business. Ultimately, the most damning thing about this entire interview is that Seamus equates Asha Sharma to being like this, I don't know, hospice nurse that is taking care of Xbox on his deathbed and is just gonna quietly transition it into the sunset until it peacefully passes away in its sleep. So Asha Sharma is trying to do all these things, convincing people that her being hired is good for Xbox, that she can ultimately lead it to new heights, and the co-founder is like, no, she's there to kill Xbox. Especially when it comes to the AI stuff, her previous statements aren't really helping. I think at one point she was saying, oh yeah, I hate AI slop in games. I'm very anti-bad AI. Ah, come on, man. Listen, I get it. I get it. Everyone uses AI nowadays. Every tech company, gaming studios, publishers, probably your favorite content creators, they use AI in some way. But even if I were to get on and use AI to generate content or do whatever, I would never say about it. I would shut my mouth up and just continue making what I make. It's just too big of a risk to be like, you know what, guys, there's some AI that's good. Just shut up about it. Ultimately, it doesn't alleviate any of these anxieties that fans are having that, Xbox is just gonna have AI make their game so they could be more profitable. What we're seeing here is a clash between the old and the new. Because Seamus even admits, he's like, yeah, if, younger me found out about all these things that Xbox is doing, I'd probably scream. But I understand why they're doing it. Because the world has completely changed. The things that worked back then wouldn't work now. Ultimately, Seamus had a warning for Asha. He said, if you're not really passionate about games, or if you can't develop a passion for games, then you should find a way to leave this job soon. Because ultimately, she's going to come up against a lot of opposition. Like, gamers can be terrible. They really can. And it's not a knock on any of you guys, but you know who I'm talking about. And it's going to be a question of, can Asha handle all of the crap that she's going to be getting from gamers, all of this criticism, and balance that with the responsibilities of her job? In a way, maybe this is exactly what Microsoft and Xbox needs. I'm not going to count Asha out just yet. Really, only time is going to tell. And there's something to be said about, okay, well, even when Phil was the CEO, even when Sarah Bond was at the company, people were still pissed off about the direction that Xbox is taking. All I can kind of do now is believe in what Asha is saying. Okay, we're going to return to our roots. We're going to commit to making really good games, commit to supporting consoles. At least that's what I assume that she's hinting at. And honestly, hope for the best. These next few months are going to be really, really important for Asha. We're just a couple of months away from the Xbox Showcase, the big one that they have every year. I just got my invite to Summer Games Fest. I was like, whoa, it's already that time already. First impressions are everything, and if Xbox doesn't come out and have an awesome show, it's just gonna be an uphill battle for Asha. But if they come out and nail it, she could be the hero. It could change the entire trajectory of her career and the storylines surrounding her. No matter what happens though, I'm gonna be talking about it here on the channel. So if you liked this video, if you like my content, I would really appreciate it if you subscribed. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.